નમસ્કાર, દિવ્ય ભાસ્કરમાં સ્વાગત છે આપનું. ભારતના નવરત્નો ગુજરાતથી આ ખાસ સિરીઝમાં અમે આપની સમક્ષ લાવી રહ્યા છે ગુજરાતના અલગ અલગ ક્ષેત્રોના એવા રત્નો જેમણે માત્ર ગુજરાતમાં જ નહીં પરંતુ ભારત સાથે સાથે દુનિયામાં પણ તેમનું નામ રોશન કર્યું છે. આજે આપણી સાથે જોડાઈ ગયા છે ચિરીપાલ ગ્રુપના પ્રમોટર રોનક ચિરીપાલ. તેમની સાથે વાત કરીએ અને જાણીએ તેમની જર્ની વિશે. चिरीपाल ग्रुप, ये नाम कोई नया नहीं है लोगों के लिए.
So I think right now we are focusing more on making the corporate more system driven. Know more about Bhagavad Gita, for example. I am trying to explore Bhagavad Gita more in detail. So my Tauji keeps telling me that roti, kapda and makan. He was 12 years when he lost his father, and my dad was probably 2 years or something. We want to align our goals and our business verticals with government goals. तो टेक्सटाइल में भी हम लोगों ने काफी इवॉल्व किया. एजुकेशन पे हमारा फोकस है. तो we have set ourselves some goals for 2030, 2035.
वेलकम टू दिव्य भास्कर सर. चिरीपाल ग्रुप, ये नाम कोई नया नहीं है लोगों के लिए. एक वर्टिकल से आपने स्टार्ट किया और अभी एकदम डाइवर्सिफाइड आपका बिजनेस है. इस जर्नी के बारे में कुछ बताइए.
I think we started off as a very humble beginning, with a very humble beginning in 1972. My uncle वेद प्रकाश जी चिरीपाल वो हरियाणा से अहमदाबाद शिफ्ट हुए थे और उन्होंने कुछ लूम्स डाली थी जिसे हम ग्रे बनाते थे. ग्रेजुअली हम लोग बिग फैमिली है तो जैसे जैसे फैमिली में जुड़ते गए हम लोग ग्रोथ करते रहे एंड वी हैड अ ह्यूज जंप फ्रॉम बीइंग जस्ट अ फैमिली बिजनेस मॉडल टू अ प्रोफेशनल मॉडल. अब हम लोग जैसे आपने बताया काफी डाइवर्सिफाइड है. यूजुअली हम लोग कभी भी मीटिंग से बैठते हैं, विजन एंड गोल्स बनाते हैं तो हम लोग ट्राई करते हैं कि वी वांट टू अलाइन आवर गोल्स एंड आवर बिजनेस वर्टिकल्स विद गवर्नमेंट गोल्स. तो जैसे हमने देखा कि गवर्नमेंट हैज बीन फोकसिंग अ लॉट ऑन रिन्यूएबल, सो वी गॉट इनटू रिन्यूएबल. उससे पहले टेक्सटाइल वाज ऑलवेज एंड हैज ऑलवेज बीन अ कंटीन्यूअस पुश बाय द गवर्नमेंट. तो टेक्सटाइल में भी हम लोगों ने काफी इवॉल्व किया. प्रोसेस हाउस से लेकर डेनिम मैन्युफैक्चरिंग और वहाँ से लेकर अभी होम टेक्सटाइल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग. सो वी इवॉल्व क्वाइट अ बिट इन टेक्सटाइल्स, बट अदर देन दैट एजुकेशन पे हमारा फोकस है. तो वी गॉट सम स्कूल्स एंड कॉलेजेस अक्रॉस द कंट्री बिकॉज वी थॉट के इन 2009-10 दैट वाज द पुश फ्रॉम द गवर्नमेंट. सो जैसे मैंने बताया कि बेस्ड ऑन द गवर्नमेंट एंड नेशनल पॉलिसीज एंड नेशनल रिक्वायरमेंट्स वी ट्राई एंड अलाइन आवर गोल्स so that we kind of keep our pace up to what the country wants.
Okay, so you are the second generation. How it differs from the older generation and your generation's thought?
I think with each generation the challenges are very different. So first generation mein I would say the challenges were to reach somewhere from nowhere. And I think my uncle and my dad, I think they have done a tremendous job. For us it is more about kind of maintaining where we are, of course to grow as well, but to also ensure that most of the things are sustainable and system driven. So I think right now we are focusing more on making the corporate more system driven and more sustainable, as I said. And I think with changing times we've realized that the need and the requirement of the businesses have also changed.
Yes.
So we try to keep our pace based on the changing requirements, and our uncle and my dad and all are still there, so and very actively involved in the business, so we keep getting a lot of guidance from them.
Okay, is there any anecdote or anything that you may have felt that there is a difference in opinion or difference in mindset when you are working?
I think one blessing for us as the second generation is that because we have so many people, we get different opinions. And it is very important for any decision to have different opinions, because अगर आपका खाली एक ही ओपिनियन रहेगा और सब लोग अग्री कर लेंगे तो आपको कोई भी डिसीजन के डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिव्स नहीं मिलेंगे. तो आई थिंक फॉर अ लॉट ऑफ फैमिलीज उन लोगों को बाहर लोगों से बात करनी पड़ती है. हम लोग भी लोगों से बात करते हैं, बट बिकॉज हमारी इतनी बड़ी फैमिली है एंड वी हैव गॉट अ लॉट ऑफ प्रोफेशनल्स आल्सो इन द फैमिली, इन द बिजनेस, सो हमारे लिए क्या होता है, बहुत ईजी हो जाता है. एनी डिसीजन विच इज अ मेजर डिसीजन, ऑफ कोर्स वी ट्राई टू ब्रेनस्टॉर्म विद इन आवरसेल्व्स विद डिफरेंट टीम मेंबर्स, विद प्रोफेशनल्स, विद द फैमिली मेंबर्स. तो उससे हमको कोई भी डिसीजन के 2-4-5 कॉन्सिक्वेंस पहले से मालूम होते हैं. सो वाइल द डिसीजन हो सकता है हम वही लेते हैं, बट वो डिसीजन लेने से पहले काफी चीजों के ऊपर हमारा फोकस हो जाता है, सो दैट द डिसीजन बिकम्स सक्सेसफुल.
Okay, so what was your experience when you first joined the company?
I think back in 2014 when I actually started, I came back from my education and I started working. I think I was kind of taking it a day at a time. Mostly trying to consider myself more like a management trainee to
Yes.
understand the business processes. I was very clear that if I do something which was already being done, of course it has been a successful model, but then it will not add a lot of value to the business. So I tried to understand what we are doing and also kind of bring in a different different flavor to the business, so that at least there should be some value addition which is coming from my end. So of course I would say that I've tried to make the business more professional. We've tried to incorporate a lot of data analytics while taking decisions. So I think I would like to give it to the first generation that they've taken a lot of gut-based decisions.
Yes.
And they've worked well in favor of the group. But I think as the family grows, it is also very important to kind of have a decision-making system which is more of data-driven, and of course the gut-based as well. That is always going to be there. But a lot of data-driven decisions have been taken. So I think it's been a good journey. I think I started off as a management trainee, and now I'm kind of happy and proud to take care of multiple businesses under the guidance of my elders, my cousin brothers. So it's been a good journey.
Okay, so it was from the very first day that you thought, "Okay, I would be joining the business," or have you, or do you have any other plans in your mind when you were young, or when you
No,
were?
I honestly was while I was growing up, I saw how my dad and my uncles and they were so involved in the business, and so I was very clear, honestly, that I think if you can add value to your own group and own family, and luckily our family has been very open-minded.
Yeah.
So it was never the case that we are into this business, so focus only on this business.
Okay.
So like when I joined business 2 years, I was working under a existing company, just training, and then we realized as a group that okay, home textiles is something which we are not into.
Okay.
So the group was very open and like very flexible. They said okay, let's start home textiles, and that is how I got into home textiles as one of the business verticals. 2022-21 we thought of getting into renewable. So I think we've never been very narrow about okay, this is the business setup, this is what you have to do, you have to report to your father, you have to report to your uncle. It's not been a very very set rules and regulations for us when we enter into business. So I think we were given a lot of space to think out of the box, to think what we want to do, and to kind of align our passions and goals with the group's passions and goals. And I think that's why I never thought of getting into something else but our family business.
Okay. Nowadays, there is this narration. People often talk about work cultures in India and how toxic that is becoming. Tell us something about the work culture that exists in Chiripal Group.
I think, see, honestly, I feel, work culture is obviously driven by the top management, and we have a very open door policy. We've started very recently we've started an initiative for mental health counseling because we see so many things and we read so many things in the newspaper. We thought it would be a good initiative to have a mental health counseling sessions at the workplace. So we have them regularly at the workplace. All the employees are open to take those sessions. While we have those provisions, we also encourage our employees. We don't have a fixed time schedule kind of a thing that okay, you're supposed to come at this hour and you're supposed to leave at this hour. I think there's a particular task which is given to each member. If they are able to do that task in less time, they are free to wrap up early and go home. And of course, I think more to do is with the concept or with the fundamental which was started by our first generation, because obviously we started very lean. So most of the people who were working with us were not actually professionals, were our extended family members. So gradually that culture has become like that the people who we hire, they eventually become our family member. So we treat them like family members. We have interactions. When you come to our office, the interactions are very candid and just like I would have with my family. It's never like, it's not a very hierarchical system that you're not supposed to approach the promoters without approaching the second in line. So it's a very open culture. So I think that has helped us, and help the people working with us, grow and also be with us for a long time.
Yeah, that also reflects in their work outcome as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So, since you are the second generation, you joined in 2014.
Yes.
So, have you ever felt the pressure of maintaining the legacy or growing it, or that fear? What if this name is a
think-
big name
yeah.
and the responsibility is on your shoulder? So,
Of
have you
course.
ever felt that weight?
So again, I would not say it as a pressure or as a stress. It was never a pressure or a stress. Of course, the family has done so good, in the last 50 years that as second generation, we obviously feel the need to perform and feel the need to take it to the next level. But as I said, our the first generation, my uncle and my dad, and they are still involved in the business. So and the atmosphere is such that we never felt any kind of a pressure from either the inside the family or from outside. It is a very healthy pressure, I would say. That we have set ourselves some goals for 2030, 2035. So of course we need to reach those goals. And as I said, we have the right people at the right place.
Yeah.
And I think our job becomes much easier because it's not that we have to, our role is to mainly ensure that the people who are at that profile are doing right. We just keep motivating them, we just keep pushing them, and we are there for them if they have any kind of concerns or queries. But I think as far as the people at the right position perform, I think we don't need to worry that much.
Okay. So there is always a story behind a business when it starts. There are some struggles, there are some setbacks. Tell us a story of your business.
I think it all started in 1972 with my uncle, Mr. Prakash Ji Chiripal. They lost my uncle and my dad. They lost their father at a very young age.
Okay.
So I think Tauji, if I'm not wrong, was 12 years when he lost his father, and my dad was probably 2 years or something.
Oh.
And so my uncle, Mr. Prakash Ji, being the eldest of the family, kind of became the only bread earner. And that is when he realized that it kind of became like a responsibility on him. So my dad and my uncles, they were like, I think 6. Yeah, they are 6 siblings. And my dadiji. So like my Tauji had a tough time during his childhood, and I may say that he never let any compromises being felt by any of my dad, my aunts, my uncles. None of them felt any kind of compromises. They finished their education in spite of the difficulties. So in 1970s, what I hear is again, Mr. Ved Prakash ji, he moved to Ahmedabad for searching for business. I think we had some extended family members out of Ahmedabad. So he came to Ahmedabad thinking of, like doing something here with them. And I think, it was fate, or as people say, that destiny, kind of favored us. And I think in 1972, my uncle, Mr. Ved Prakash ji, again got married, and that is which kind of gave him an opportunity to start off, a business with like I think 4 or 12 power looms. And then he grew that business from there, and then the younger uncle joined him. So then they realized that okay, this business is too small for 2 of us to handle. So they grew into another vertical. So they started a process house. Then the third uncle joined, and then the fourth uncle, my dad joined. So I think as I said, my dad and my uncle, they kept joining the business. They kind of started, growing more and more. And I think because they were very keen on focusing. So my Tauji keeps telling me that roti, kapda and makan, that is never going to get out of demand. It will keep evolving. The fashion will keep changing. The trends will keep changing, but it will never go out of demand. So I think the right field. We were into textiles, and there was a lot of government push also at that point in textiles, because a lot of employment is being offered in this industry. So I think everything worked well. And gradually the second generation, my elder brothers joined the business, and then I joined the business. My younger brother came into business. So I think, and gradually our family grew through different professionals also joining our business. So I think there were a lot of struggles, but I feel that because of the united nature of the family, and because of the the family being together, I think the struggles became much easier. And I honestly feel that the strength or the reason for success for us has only and only been like one of the major reasons has been the unity. I think for me also, whenever I am down or whenever I am not very sure of what to do, I think I have so many people around me to help me out. So I think that has helped us a lot, I feel.
Okay. Let's talk about market today. In India, it's a growing market. How do you see it? How it helps you in growing your business or helping your business?
So, see, I think when we talk about the businesses we are into, I feel that with the population India still is at a very nascent stage when it comes to the consumer market. I think, and like you rightly said, now the markets are changing, the decision makers are changing. So like the younger people. So I read somewhere that India has the youngest population in the world, and now that population is actually becoming the decision maker.
Yes.
So the focus on quality, the focus on hygiene, the focus on compliances have increased quite a bit.
Yeah.
Because of which I feel that, and plus because these people are traveling so much, the focus on brand, they're becoming more conscious.
Yeah.
So now the consumer is not just price sensitive. Okay, this is cheap, so let us buy this.
Yeah.
Now people are more aware. So I think I genuinely feel that India is gonna kind of excel and boom in the near future when it comes to the consumer demand. And right now the businesses which are focusing or relying on export demand, like maybe relying on US markets or European markets, eventually there's going to be such a big need for Indian consumers that I think the infrastructure right now will fall short. So I think I see India growing a lot. I see the industry growing a lot, and I think globally also people are talking about China plus one. So I think India has been in that favorable position when it comes to that China plus one strategy. So I honestly feel that India is at a very nice situation, and there's going to be an outburst where India will just grow all of a sudden, and we'll see in the next 10 years that happen.
Yeah. You talk about next 10 years. What are your group's plan for next 10 years, or what next?
So that's a big question. If you see the journey of the group, we started off with textiles, then we ventured out into another segment that was packaging in 2010 2011. Before that we got into denim manufacturing, and then 2015 we got into home textiles. 2021 we got into renewables. So I think the plan is to kind of sustain and grow into these different segments, and also to find a couple of such verticals where we think that the government is also going to be aligned to it. So like for example, as I told you, the reason why we got into renewable was we saw that the government is pushing the need for India was renewable, because everybody was talking about being carbon neutral. Everybody was talking about the power costs going high. Everybody was talking about sustainability. So we thought that okay, the government, and plus the government had laid out the PLI schemes related to renewable. So I think we'll again see and analyze where the government's goals are aligned, and probably see if we want to if we can align to those goals. So there are certain sectors which we have been toying around. So hopefully soon we might zero down on a particular segment and get into that.
Today's generation, we are seeing, they are less about working in corporates 9 to 5, 9 to 6. Most of them are planning to do their own startups, or growing their own business or brands, creating their brands. What would you suggest them? What would be your message to them?
No, I think it's great. I think it's very good for the country. Having too many entrepreneurs is always going to help the country to achieve its goals and visions. And I think even at Chiripal Group, I feel that we encourage our employees, our people to think like entrepreneurs, because for being an entrepreneur, you don't have to have your own startup. I think you can think of you can think like an entrepreneur at your own department. Like quality person can think about himself being an entrepreneur of that department. The sales head can think about being an entrepreneur in that department. So I think we encourage that. But I think one message which I would like to kind of give, because that is what I have learned over the last 10-12 years of my experience, is that sometimes when you are having your own business, there's so many problems, and sometimes you kind of overcomplicate your solutions.
Yeah.
You kind of overanalyze the problems, and I think what I've realized is that most of the problems have very basic and very simple solutions.
Yes.
And I think it's very important to actually not overcomplicate and overanalyze the problem. And sometimes how it helps me is that I kind of think of a problem from a very bird's eye perspective, rather than being too involved with the problem. I like to take a step back, like to interact with someone who is not at all related to that business or that division.
Yes.
Or that problem, because a detached solution to a particular problem and a detached perspective is very different than like a very
Someone
involved.
who is into it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think that is something which has helped me a lot, and I think that is something which I would like to tell all the future entrepreneurs, or all the people who are actually trying their hands at starting or growing their business, to like don't overcomplicate things. Like most of the solutions are like right there.
Yeah.
Just follow the simple basic rules.
Okay. You also talked about having the mental health professionals who work for your company, and the employees can talk to them.
Yeah.
How do you deal with such, there is always some kind of negativity, some kind of stress, or some kind of that low feel you go through it, because we are all humans. So how do you deal with that?
So I think I also go to the mental health counselor sometimes, and I speak with them. Of course, I speak to my father, my uncles, my cousins, but sometimes you need a very different perspective, and for that I go to the counselor who comes to our office, and I speak to them very openly that this is something which I am facing. I also like to watch some podcasts, read some books. I think I like to know more about Bhagavad Gita, for example. I'm trying to explore Bhagavad Gita more in detail, because I think that a lot of problems are actually created in your mind, by the virtue of seeing people around, or by the virtue of having your own perspective about different things. I feel you create those problems. So I think these means, like as I said, a therapist, a counselor, watching good podcasts. There are a lot of good YouTube videos about a lot of things which are going on in these days. So I think that kind of helps me actually untangle a lot of things in my mind. And I think it has helped me a lot, and I think I would like to do that forever.
Okay, so what is that one book you run to whenever you feel like things are not going in good direction?
So right now I'm reading The Diary of a CEO.
Okay.
So it is more about how, as a CEO, what are the things which it's a very different perspective about being a CEO, and I think that is something which I'm reading right now. But other than that, I think as I said, I think Bhagavad Gita is actually I would say that is something which I would go to whenever I feel down, because I think there's a lot of perspectives which are shown in that book, and I think that has helped me a lot. Like whenever I'm walking, or I try to listen to Bhagavad Gita's translation and their meaning, and the meaning of Bhagavad Gita. And I think I engage myself into, rather than just reading, I engage myself in sports or in my workouts, to kind of disengage myself from a problem and kind of have a fresher perspective, and give myself some time to just let the problem settle. I think I like to play a sport, or I would like to go to the gym, and I think that has helped me a lot in disengaging myself from a particular mood, or a particular problem situation, or a particular stress.
Is there any one particular experience that may have changed you and made you a person that you are today?
I think I wouldn't say there has been one experience. I think life gives you a lot of experiences over time, and at least I have not had an experience which has changed me completely. I think different experiences has kind of evolved me, and I would like to say that these experiences have kind of made me what I am today, and I think, I am hoping to, keep evolving day in day out by such experiences. So I wouldn't say that there has been one experience or two experience, of course. And as I said, luckily, because we are a joint family and we have a lot of people in our family, good thing for me is that it's just not my experience. I also like to interact with my elders and my cousins who share their experiences with me, my friends who share their experiences with me. So I think you learn not from just your experiences, from others' experiences as well. So I think I would like to say that I have kind of, had a lot of experiential interaction with a lot of people, which has evolved me to become what I am today. And I hope I keep evolving based on, learning from your experiences, maybe, from different people's experiences.
It was wonderful talking to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
તો અમારી આ ખાસ સિરીઝમાં આજે બસ આટલું જ. આપ જોડાયેલા રહો દિવ્ય ભાસ્કર સાથે.